Apollo Beach, Florida, nestled along the shores of Tampa Bay and home to fire safety officer Julie Haase and her daughter Shelby. Julie spent her entire career serving her community, and now it's our turn to give back to her. The last few years have been difficult for Julie.
Shelby was born with Down syndrome, and then right before her second birthday, she was diagnosed with leukemia.
And today, we're stepping in to help by giving her the renovation of her dreams.
Every cabinet is falling apart. Cabinet.
In just 7 days, we'll work to complete a transformation that typically takes weeks. We're ripping out the old and replacing it with a brand new, fresh, updated design. Every hour counts, from the first hammer swung to the last painting hung. It's all hands on deck for an individual who has given so much to her community.
Open your eyes. This is what it's all about, giving back to everyday heroes like Julie, one room, one space at a time. This is Home for Good.
Being in the fire service, I've always wanted to help people. Basically, at the age of 18, as soon as I got out of high school, I went straight into being a volunteer firefighter, going through school to be an EMT, paramedic, went to fire school, and then now my final title is a quality assurance training officer. So my job right now currently is educating the guys on the job, guys and girls on the job. I do all the medical training. And also at the quality assurance, I read reports and make sure that we're following protocol and that we're doing the best care that we can for our citizens.
But behind the uniform, Julie has faced challenges only a few of us could imagine.
Shelby was born with Down syndrome. I found that out when I was pregnant with her. At 6 months old, she had open heart surgery. And then right before her second birthday, she was diagnosed with leukemia. We had to live at the hospital. There were 6 rounds of treatment. So each round required us to be in the hospital for 30 days. We couldn't do anything other than be at the hospital and then be home. And I had to very limit who I could see because I wanted to protect her from getting sick with her weak immune system. So it was very, very isolating, very stressful, because again, you don't know what's gonna happen. You can't imagine what she's gone through in the 3 years of her little life between having open heart surgery and cancer. And she just always walks away with a smile. She's my hero. She's my brave little girl.
Thankfully, Shelby has recovered and is now in remission. Through it all, Julie has displayed an immense amount of dedication and resilience.
Shelby's a fighter. She's been a fighter her entire life and continues to be a fighter. She's also courageous and ambitious. She's an amazing, amazing child. So knowing Julie like I do, being her brother, it's been tough to watch, the things going on here. So this renovation is really going to be beneficial and life-changing for her.
As a mother, I couldn't imagine what she was going through, and she didn't even think twice. She was there for Shelby every single day. It has been hard to see my sister-in-law go through that. With all she's gone through, it really is hard.
Julie has spent her whole adult life in service, giving back to others and doing everything for Shelby. You know that she's there for you. So if you're in a bad situation or you're working on a serious patient, she's gonna be there and she's gonna have the answer and be able to help out. But it's so amazing that she's getting this renovation and she deserves it so much.
And now it's our turn to take care of Julie, a hero that gives back to her community every single day.
Julie, it is so great to meet you. You and Shelby deserve a space that is not only beautiful and functions, but safe. I mean, tell me about this kitchen. It doesn't really seem to be up to date, is it?
No, it's kind of older. Basically, every cabinet is falling apart. Cabinet,
Oh my gosh.
we don't have an oven right now. The oven's broken. Our dishwasher leaks. Our sink has a leak. You have to make sure you shut it off right or it'll constantly drip. I would love in the kitchen to be nice and bright and airy, relaxing, beach-type cottage feel, something with a lot of storage, childproof. Shelby is now at that age where she's walking around and getting into everything. We call her our little troublemaker. She's opening up all these cabinets, and I'm just afraid that she'll get caught on one of the screws or a cabinet will fall off on her. So it's hard to put in words, but I'm very humble and thankful. What this will do for us is it'll make our life a little bit easier, but also just making all those memories in a new kitchen.
Our design team, our construction team standing by, ready to go. So are you ready to do this?
I'm ready.
Awesome. I think we're gonna be able to pull off a fantastic kitchen makeover. We're gonna rip the entire kitchen out. We're gonna get brand new cabinets, countertops, backsplash, new appliances. Shelby is an incredible little girl, and it's gonna be really special when she sees her new kitchen with her mom.
When we come back, the renovation begins.
We absolutely are going to make sure she has her cottage lake house vibe.
It's day one of the makeover, and our construction and design team are hard at work to give our hero, Julie, a brand new kitchen and living room renovation.
Today was day one of demo. We got all of the kitchen cabinets out. We took out the appliances. We brought the new cabinets in, which the guys are working on right now. This is an open floor plan concept, so the kitchen, dining room, and living room are all connected. We're gonna do upper cabinets. We're gonna get her extra storage with a floor-to-ceiling pantry. And we absolutely are gonna make sure she has her cottage lake house vibe and the functional space that she needs.
With our construction crew hard at work, our fire safety educator Yvonette stopped by to share some important tips.
When we think about home fire safety, these are the things to remember. Make sure to have a smoke and a carbon monoxide alarm in every level of your home and in every bedroom. This includes basements too. Make sure that they're interconnected so that when one alarm sounds, you can hear it in the other rooms and have time to escape. Additionally, also fire extinguishers are important, and you need one in every level and in key areas like kitchens, garages, and laundry rooms. Many things that we do on an everyday basis could be potential dangers for house fires. These includes things like cooking, curling irons, lighting a candle. So it's really important that we're aware of our surroundings, and again, that we do have those smoke alarms in place so that in an event of an emergency, you have time to react. One of the biggest issues with house fires is that people never think it's gonna happen to them. There's actually a statistic that says that 40% of people think that they're gonna win the lottery or be struck by lightning before having a house fire. Yet it's reported that a house fire occurs every 96 seconds in the United States. As we think of proper home fire safety, kitchens are a really important area to focus on because cooking is the leading cause of house fires. And sometimes we get distracted or we leave things too close to the burners. So it's really important that we're aware of the kitchen area and that we have the devices in place 10 feet from the cooking appliances, and that we also talk to our family and prepare our pets to make sure they stay away from the kitchen when we're cooking. Another really important part of home fire safety is making sure that everyone in the home knows what to do in case of an emergency. So that includes speaking with your children so that they know if the alarm goes off, what they need to do, which is exit the house as fast as possible and identify a meeting place where to go to. And also, if you have elderly that live in the home, it's important that you know who is at point to help elderly get out of the house. And if you have pets, that you train them to listen to the smoke alarm sound and know what to do, which also is escaping the home as fast as possible.
We can't put a price on peace of mind. And by the sounds of it, Julie's going to have the perfect kitchen and home where she not only feels comfortable, but also feels prepared for any unforeseen emergencies. Coming up, we get a glimpse into the day in the life of our hero Julie and her daughter Shelby. We're renovating a kitchen and living room space for our hero Julie and her daughter Shelby. And while our team is hard at work, we sent Julie and Shelby to a fun photo shoot.
This is Shelby.
The finished piece is going to have its own special place in our renovation.
When we started to designing this process, how we're gonna do them, we had all different individuals with disabilities in mind. And that kind of like the seed was from our little girl. She was born with Down syndrome. Good girl, you did it. With the session that we just photographed with Julie and Shelby, I saw a love that she feels to her daughter that you can't describe. She's an amazing mom, and we are just so grateful that we can create that artwork for her.
Now it's time that Ella and I will create the artwork, and she has no idea what she's about to see. Once this piece of artwork is up in Julie's home, every person that ever walks into their home is going to see this beautiful child and the love that she has and the love that Julie has for a child. Look at that, it's perfect. It's perfection.
After behaving so well at the photo shoot, Julie got to reward Shelby with some time at the playground with her Down syndrome support group called Friends.
So Friends was started back in 2007 by 3 local families who had children with Down syndrome. We just want to spread inclusion and awareness for individuals with Down syndrome and special needs within our community. They're just like you and I, like every other individual. They don't see, hate or discrimination or anything like that. My son loves to walk up to anybody and everybody and give them a hug.
I have known Julie since shortly after she had Shelby. I think Shelby was maybe just a few months old. Kids with Down syndrome are more likely to have a cancer diagnosis, especially leukemia. It's amazing to see Shelby and other kids with Down syndrome going through like the hardest medical things, and they somehow are always joyful and they're just so resilient. And now she's on our buddy ball team though. She's doing great, and we just are so excited to see her so healthy and make such a comeback.
The Friends organization I actually found online when I was pregnant with Shelby, when I found out that she was gonna have Down syndrome. They supported us like nobody's business. They raised money for me and Shelby when we were in the hospital with cancer. Just took me out for a couple hours just so I didn't have to think about the hospital. They were very helpful, and it was very much appreciated to have such good friends caring about me and Shelby.
And while Julie was enjoying her day, our fire safety educator Yvonette and I took the opportunity to see where Julie works and find out more on how she and her colleagues keep the community safe. Hillsborough County Fire Department answers more than 140,000 calls for service each year. Fire Rescue maintains 47 fire and 1 rescue station and employs more than 1,300 employees.
Chief Doherty, what an incredible facility. Yvonette and I got to take a look around earlier, and it's great to see the inner workings of everything that goes on to keep people safe in the community. How is Julie working here at this facility?
Julie's great. She's awesome. She's been with us 24 years. She does an incredible job day in and day out. She comes to work and asks us, how can I better serve the community? How can I add to the mission of Hillsborough County Fire Rescue? And she does all that while raising her 3-year-old daughter.
She's an incredible person, which is why we're honored to be upgrading her kitchen for her. It's going to be beautiful and functional, but also fire safe. And what are some of the things that you see in your fire career that people are doing wrong when it comes to kitchen safety?
Yeah, great question. So unfortunately, over the years, I've seen a number of house fires and kitchen fires, and a lot of times what we see is unattended cooking fires. They leave the kitchen, they forget they have a pot on the stove, and then they come back. If they don't have the proper alerting system, a smoke alarm, fire alarm, they don't know the fire's happening, they don't have the proper extinguisher, and if they had those items, then we may not have that fire.
Well, you know, Yvonette, that's what we were saying. Having the right equipment to prevent fires is essential, isn't it?
Yes, there's a lot of smoke alarms out there, but one of the most important things to look for is that they're tested and listed by a nationally recognized testing laboratory such as ETL or UL. And the way to know that is you look at the back of the product and you'll see the ETL mark. And so that's the only way that you know that that product is assured to meet the standards.
And if a fire does happen to break out, you have to have a fire extinguisher handy, and they have to be in the right places in the home.
Yes, so it's recommended that you have a fire extinguisher on every level of your home, including basements, but then also in critical areas such as the kitchen, as the garage, and the laundry room.
Well, you know, it's one thing to have the fire extinguisher, but you have to know how to use it if a fire breaks out, right, Chief?
Absolutely, just like my firefighters, you have to know how to use the equipment. So you want to have the proper extinguisher, which is an ABC extinguisher, And then if you think of the acronym PASS, pull, aim, squeeze, and sweep, that's how you would properly use the extinguisher.
A lot of great advice. And I think it's about time that maybe I took this thing for a spin. What do you think?
Well, how about you ride in the passenger seat and I'll drive?
This is pretty good advice.
The more homes we can have with these proper fire safety measures, the less likely people will need to rely on Julie and her colleagues to come to their rescue. It's reveal day, and our crew is hard at work putting the finishing touches on Julie's brand new space. In just 7 days, they've worked around the clock to create the home she truly deserves. Now, all that's left to do is welcome Julie home for good.
Julie, open your eyes.
Oh my goodness. Wow, this looks like a whole different house. Look at the cabinets. Oh my gosh, they're so beautiful. When I saw my brand new space, I saw how bright it was. The counters and the countertops and the cabinets, they were beautiful and all appeared to be working compared to what I had before. Everything will have a place. There's more storage than we could imagine. All our things will fit without being cluttered. It'll make us easier to get out of the house. Oh my goodness, my whole family can fit here. I have a beautiful dining room table that it has enough space for my whole family to come over and have meals. In such a short time, I went from having a cluttered house and broken cabinets and broken appliances to an open, beautiful, crisp, bright space to live in and have Shelby and I make memories in our home.
What do you think?
I love the picture. That was the most wonderful experience ever. Shelby had such a blast posing for those pictures, and that picture turned out so beautiful.
Looks like a painting, doesn't it?
It does. It fits so well into the home. It's beautiful.
Do you remember that drawer when we first met?
Yeah, is it fixed?
Go ahead and open that.
Oh.
There's a letter in there I want you to read.
Julie, in recognition of your service, your resilience, and your heart, the Hookah Hero Foundation is honored to gift you a 4-night luxury beach retreat in beautiful Pensacola so you have time to rest, to breathe, and to simply be you, the Hookah Hero team. That's wonderful. I wasn't expecting that at all.
Do you remember you said I really don't have time to just chill out?
I don't.
You and Shelby can go. You can bring friends or family.
Oh.
And it's all taken care of for you.
That's so wonderful. Thank you so much.
From dated and dull to bright and beautiful, Julie's space is now the home she's always dreamed of, with a few extra surprises along the way. The only thing left was to let her friends and family see it.
It's beautiful. What do you think?
What does the family think of this space? Holidays at Julie's house.
I am so grateful beyond words and just at awe of the amazing space that I have now. And just to be able to have the ability to put everything on pause, have a beautiful home to relax in, but now also have a beautiful vacation to relax with my family.
You did a great job. It's so beautiful. It's exactly what we pictured.
The favorite, most memorable thing I'll have in my home is the picture of me and Shelby.
And we look so pretty. Yeah, Mr. Larry did a good job, didn't he?
It shows a journey that my little girl went through, her struggles that she's had to overcome in such a short period of time in her life, and how strong and brave that she is.
It doesn't take a lot to help somebody in need. So remember, every little bit of kindness counts. Join us next time as we welcome another deserving individual home for good.